Everyone, I'm Neil Thandar, founder and CEO of Airdoll. Today is May 17th, 2020. It is now exactly 2 months since day one of this organization. Thank you for sticking around, for helping out so much through this extreme challenge that really started from a crisis, from COVID, from the idea that there would not be enough ventilators and not enough respirators for everyone, not even for our medical professionals and the patients who needed them the most. And now we've really expanded the idea into where globally are there shortages of medical devices every day? How can we make sure that everyone has access to ICUs that have the devices they need to actually save their lives? And so, if we think about that first month of our organization as being the conceptual phase, where we had to think about what should we build, uh, why are we here, uh, is it ventilators or is it something else? And I think we really quickly figured out that we might want to focus more on preventative devices like respirators, and if there were scalable ways to solve the N95 mask problems. So instead of disposable masks, we were able to focus on something like a PAPR, a powered air purifying respirator, that completely covers your head, that actually has a personal air filter and a battery pack that allows for constant air filtration, which instead of 95% purity could actually be 99.97% pure. If we could really start thinking about how could we make sure that we're protecting the medical professionals, but not just the medical professionals. There are so many more essential workers that we could be thinking about. In this first wave, we saw major food shortages, especially with meat plants, and we also saw that at least half of the hotspots for COVID in the United States were actually centered around food processing, meat processing plants. And so, if we're able to actually provide these PAPR type devices to factory workers, to warehouse workers, to people who have to work indoors in close conditions, and really help keep our entire food and economy running, we really have to be able to protect these people. And so this next month is really about finding a commercial use at scale for these devices. So in month 2, we really had a technical sprint. The engineers did an amazing job of figuring out all of the different parts, making sure that the batteries were right, that the enclosure was right, that the filter was right, that the hose and the hood was right, that we could actually put an entire full alpha unit together. And so our big milestone, our big announcement for this month is that we now have one complete working unit of our PAPR device that we're able to demo. And so now we really are looking to, one, scale that up to multiple demo units so that the next time you see me, it might actually be in a PAPR showing you how it works, and really understanding really where the differences between where we have one unit to thousands of units, because right now our job is to get this proof of concept that says we can build these devices, we can make devices that work. But now there's a bigger challenge, which is how do we make winning devices? How do we make the best PAPRs on the market, both from a cost advantage? If we can be $500 per unit, that's significantly cheaper than other PAPRs on the market. But we also need to figure out ways that we can be cheaper than N95 masks at scale. So normally N95 masks are $1 or less a unit. Can we be less than $1 per unit in cost per use? And what that would really mean is that we need to be reusable to 1,000 plus times. And so that's really that challenge of commercialization, making the PAPRs good enough for long-term, everyday, year-on-year use. That's really our next challenge. And so if we really think about the next month, it really going from alpha to beta, the things that we're going to have to get right are, can we figure out how to make all of these pieces reusable? How can we make sure that we're ready for manufacturing? A big part of this is actually now going to be a fundraising, marketing, and sales challenge. There are so many different people who have tried and frankly failed in many cases to deliver safe, effective, affordable medical devices. We've seen a lot of people who have sold contracts, gotten millions of dollars from governments, and not just delivered a single unit. And so we purposely did not go out to the press. We did not go out to sell any of these devices. Even now, when we're ready with a single unit, we're still not ready for sale. We want to make sure that we have the commercially available unit ready, that at least pass that beta to a release candidate where we're able to say this device is what you'll really be buying, and this is what you're buying at scale. That's really what the next month is about. And so we really need your help here. If you are an electrical engineer, a firmware engineer, if you have the ability to do some of this work, the PCB work, some of the industrial design work, this is where you want to come back to the Discord community. And if you haven't signed up for Discord yet, go to airtoall.org/community to get back and signed up and volunteered. We can help redirect you back to a group that actually needs you right now. And on top of that, I think we also will need finance help. I think this is now going to be a major challenge of if we want to actually say yes to making tens of thousands of units and actually making that manufacturing commitment. Those are millions of dollars on the line, and so whether it's financing it through bank loans or whether it's actually getting some of that money through donations so that we can actually own those devices when we make them and not actually put debt on the organization, whatever we're able to do to make that work, these are now our big opportunities. And so we're looking at the first $100,000 that we need to raise just to get through this next month. And so if you are able to help with that donation, go to airtoall.org/donate and give your information now. And then also, I think the next challenge will be really getting to the millions of dollars of scale. If we can talk to family foundations, if we can talk to major banks and other financial institutions, if that's you, this is now your time to shine. So really come out to email funding@airtoall.org or go to airtoall.org/donate and really commit to helping us make this next step possible and making it so that everyone has these types of medical devices that we're able to scale to tens of thousands and then hundreds of thousands and then get to those millions of devices that we promised just 2 months ago. And so really that idea of this many-year mission is something that really we can make a major step towards and really take a major dent out of the COVID crisis. And so thank you so much for being a part of this organization, and we will be excited to really show you the device in our next video. So thank you and stay tuned.